Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. Yeah, I was just thinking about something, and some information come to me as well. And where they had messages that were reversed, they used to say it was because it could put the information subconsciously in your head, like some records saying worship the devil and all these sorts of things like that. But reverse messages actually, what they relate to is a mirror dimension. It's between different dimensions. It sort of twists. And so entities in these other dimensions couldn't hear them. Like maybe they reverse back into forward, so it might come out as completely something different, so come back as like hello, how are you, or something. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily fast these other dimensions. Anyway, so these people that think they're putting like messages into people's heads, they're not. What they're doing is they're advertising for interdimensional beings to become involved. Trying to attract them. So maybe the dark magicians, whoever's involved in the cults around the music industry, because it is part of the witch thing. It's this Hollywood or Holywood, and these ideas of these dark magicians involved with music and rituals. And that's why some of the lyrics, like people listen to songs, but when they listen to the lyrics, they're actually they're either like some type of scrambled information. They're not really as great as they think they are, because they don't learn anything from them. They just they seem to fit okay, and they sound okay when they're sung. Maybe some other stuff that's in the music as well. So yeah, so I think it's really like Djinn communicating these languages, can reverse. And so also if you record something, there's inaudible sounds in the background and odd things, that there might be just something speaking from another dimension, but it's like you haven't got the universal translator for it, so it's come back in reverse. So where films are like crackled up and recordings and stuff like that. I mean, often I get with like flashing lights and stuff. I've had some activity. I mean, something doesn't want to be seen, but it does like coming into my flat. So in the early hours, I can hear some movement sometimes. There's no other creatures in there. I've got bloody mouse traps and things. I think just in case it was something like that. And there's not really any convection, because I'm in I'm sandwiched between the floors. So there's actually, I'll go this way. God damn it. Just change my mind which directions I go. So yeah, so there's definitely something there. I'm trying to figure it out. So you're very short, and sometimes you see images in your mind. There's some other things as well. I was learning a little bit about Djinn, and there's the infrail or something like that. It's a female type Djinn, so it's very feminine energy. But they don't understand human society as well as they would like to, possibly. So, for instance, they might try to take on entities that you're aware of, like friends, or like if you had someone called Claire, or let's say it's made up a name, and he was thinking about, I had feelings for her, he broke up. You might have almost like a voice going on in your head. You might be thinking about her. You think like you're almost having a conversation. Well, you're not. You're probably chatting to something like a Djinn, and she's masquerading as this person, so that it can have the attention as if you were talking to her, or you'd almost infused both. Only problem is, in your head, you're having a better relationship with the Djinn than maybe you are with the actual person in real life. So it's creating something where it's like a paradox. Yeah, because it's very strange. I remember when I was emotionally involved with somebody, and it wasn't really a relationship there, but I would imagine that this person would be saying sorry, because I think basically the entity had taken on the role of this person, and I was sort of emailing and communicating with this other person, and yeah, so it's projecting something that's false and masquerading as itself for some sort of benefit. Only thing is, it put me in a sort of darker place, because there I am thinking about this person, I'm thinking, you know, almost having this conversation with them. It's like your empathy. So they're like doorways, aren't they, to your mind? So your mind's split up into different things. You visualise things, or that's fine. So you've got different operating systems. So really what the Djinn is doing is, how do I communicate with a person in a different dimension? I know we've got a way to access part of his control system or his communication system, and it's possibly because of the algorithm of the person, if you're thinking about it, it's easier to control. So this is spiritual stuff coming in now that I'm being aware of. So that's why I don't think the attention is meant to be unkind. It's just it's actually probably easy for the being to communicate using something that's already set up in your brain. Like, you know the voice, so they don't have to work it at the voice, they just have to project the message or the intention, and then you put the structure of the voice behind it, which is how they can communicate. So they take on an avatar because they don't have a body. So the bit like, I guess, with us, when we come into being born, we come from a different place. So we may, in essence, there we go. So you may, in essence, not have an identity, but when you take on a body, you do. So you start building, constructing it, and when you pass on, you still have this avatar that you can use in your other existence, other plane of existence. So I guess they're playing human. That's what they're doing by doing that, or a virtual version of it. The only problem is with they don't break the masquerade. Don't say, "Hey, I'm somebody else." They continue on with this form, and so that's something. So I'm going to try to communicate with this Djinn at some point. I think they're aware of your thoughts. There's a kind of quantum connection they have. It's like quantum telepathy, but their minds, like, they're aware of emotional changes. I visualise certain things. If I make changes in my flat, sometimes I notice the entities are quite interested. Like, I bring something new into the flat, I might sense a bit of activity. But there's other things you get, like my lights flash and start going a bit weird. The lights at night, and other things, like things moving around at night, or sense things in the room and things like that. So it's quite unusual experience, let's put it that way. So, and I think that's probably one of the bigger things. And also, what was I learned about the parasympathetic nervous system, and how people emotionally connect to other people as well. So I was hearing someone on the radio, she said about a partner killed himself, but when she said to reflect on her thoughts, she would have a pain in her abdomen, so the liver, so maybe she's angry, and in her heart she feels sorrow, and these are attached to this nervous system. And it's like how the so like I mentioned, different operating systems, so how the heart operates with feelings, and it has some logic behind it, but with a strong enough intention, it's like you can overload the circuit, and that's where you get some health problems. So it's got to manage in emotional stress and storage. So you're a battery for different types of emotional energy, or you've got kind of like your own. I mean, these are like little small hard drives. So it's like a pen drive in your heart. So you're capable of remembering different feelings and emotions, and it's a very powerful organ, I guess, a hub for a lot of things. But you could push it too far, and basically it won't be sort of effective, or it could burn it out. People have lose their emotional connection altogether. So yeah. Anyways, just pick this on off, and have a great day, and speak to you soon.